Introverts, you already know this, but this world was built by and for extroverts. A lot of the things that we have to do in this life require human interaction, and human interaction can be very, very draining for introverts. Business, it's no different. A lot of the business activities we have to do are based on human interaction. Things like discovery calls, pitches, and following up with clients all require us to be social with our clients. Now for extroverts, this can be very easy because you like to connect with other people, but for introverts, it can be very draining. This means as creative introverts running a business, we have to get creative on ways to limit things like discovery calls, sales pitches, and following up with our clients. Those things that really drain us as business owners. So the question becomes, how can we grow a business without losing our sanity? And that starts by selecting the right business model. Today I want to dive into what I think is the best business model for introverted creatives. But first, if you're new here, my name is Nick and I help creatives create for a living. This channel helps you self-promote without feeling cringy AF. And if you like this sort of content, go ahead and lightly tap that subscribe button. I don't want you to scare it away. Just tap it for me and we'll get on with today's video. A lot of creatives operate their business on a project-based business model. This is the most straightforward way to do business. Creatives charge for projects, clients pay for projects. For example, a client needs a logo. A designer sends them a quote, the client pays for the project, and the designer delivers the logo. The problem with the project-based business model is it's not always that simple. See, what happens a lot of times is a designer needs work, so they reach out to their contacts. They repeat this process several times until finally someone says, sure. Then they do a discover call and the designer finds out what the client needs. They go home, they create a pricing pitch, they send the pitch to the client, and the client ghosts them. Guys, then they repeat the process over and over and over again. Now, this isn't a bad business model. In fact, for many people, this works very, very well. You might be using this business model right now and you might be thriving. However, for us introverts, this can be just a smidge draining. And that's why I think the perfect business model for introverted creatives is a productized service business model. Instead of pitching and tailoring your services to every single individual client, you batch your services into individual packages and sell those packages at a fixed rate. For example, you market your website, a client lands on your site, selects and pays for a service package, and you get to work. You treat your services like you would a product. This model eliminates a few draining points for introverted creatives, mainly discovery calls, price pitching, and clients ghosting you. Why? Because everything is on your site for a client to make a decision. Now, if you're an introvert, you might think that this is a little too good to be true. You finally eliminated pitching your price and discovery calls and following up with people. And you're absolutely right. It is a little bit too good to be true because there is a con to productizing your services. And the con is this. You do leave money on the table. See, if you're sitting across from a client in a project-based business model, you can size that client up and find out what they need, and then tailor your prices and your services to get the most money out of that client. So let's say Nike comes to you and you're sitting across the table from Nike. You're going to tailor your prices and your services to get the most money out of Nike. And you're going to negotiate those based on the size of their business because they're a bigger company and they're going to require more attention, therefore they should be charged more. However, if you are a productized service, all your packages are right there for people to select and purchase from you. This means if Nike comes or your local veterinarian comes, they're getting charged the same exact price, meaning you're going to miss out on that negotiation practice where you could be getting more money from a bigger company. So on one hand, you eliminate draining activities, and on the other, you might leave some money on the table. You have to decide if that trade-off is worth it to you. Let me know which business model you use in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.